morning, ladies and gentle wolves. My name is Bobby McBiteme, and welcome to my cabin. And today we got a special story of mine of how Legoshi messed up. So let's get wild in this story, son. So he was in his bed having a fantasy about saving some herbivores because of their wishes. He was one due to the instincts making him odd on crack and making him crash the bus face first into Cherrytown. Most of the time, like I've told him not to do drugs, but he listen? No. Okay, enough of me being a goofball. Here, let me hear for the meat, aren't you? Well, you aren't gonna get most of them between my... Wait, too far. Wait, great. If I keep this up, I'm gonna get in trouble and get a spanking from my mother on Mondays. Wah, wah. Anyways, enough of the emotional part. Let's continue. Legoshi started to kiss the pillow, only being interrupted by his alarm clock going off and waking him. He rubbed his eyes and looked at the time, and it read 10 a.m. He then panicked, knowing he was late and Louis was going to be not happy at all. He was going to be angry. So he scooted his furry ass up from the bed and outside of his cream-colored underpants, running to school like the Pepsi Man. All the meat eaters and the plant eaters covered their eyes. They couldn't stop staring at his butt because it was so thick AF. Even the police couldn't even stop to drive him off the cliff before getting teabagged by Patrick Starr. Afterwards, he also, Legoshi got there. Louis was wondering why he was late, but he was about to say why he was late. He saw Legoshi in his underwear. Oh my god, he did gasp in gayness. Legoshi saw the end, encouraged him to stare, and oh my god, he stared what seemed to be like fainting afterwards. Legoshi ignored this because he was more attracted to Haru than a guy known as Louis. Like, oh my god, ew. Being Blake, so he went into class, and the whole class gasped in disgust, and asked him where his loaves are. He then looked down and gasped, fearing that he knows it was on those naked in school dreams. Instead of it being a fantasy, it was reality, and he was mad. He then activated his instincts mode, owning his crack, and then he started charging at the teacher like a wild gorilla. She panicked, knowing that he was doing a lot of stuff, and of course he was probably going to do something to her. That was probably going to get him thrown out of the bars, so Legoshi latched onto his teacher and bit her on the butt cheek, only that she screamed, and Legoshi bit down like a wild dog. All the while time, Inaya was playing it on the other students. While horrified, so Jack he caps on him, resulting in Legoshi getting arrested and the teacher getting butt surgery. But to be honest, I don't know what the hell was this story anymore. I'll just end it right then and there. The end. And that, my little pretties, was Legoshi's Bamboozle. I guess you can call it a furry curry pasta or funny pasta in this case. Well, I really don't know what to call this curry pasta or funny pasta, so I'm just gonna lay it as a furry pasta, because obviously I'm not sure what show is this from, or... Oh, wait a second. It's a Beastars curry pasta. Whoa, boy. Well, I could definitely say now I have never seen this show, and I can definitely say I've never seen this anime, but I did hear it was okay, or, well, at least good in my opinion. So I might consider, checking this show out one day, like whenever I get a chance or something. Well, just thought, I would do so. So, just so you know. But yeah, okay. So... And this story was written by MrKeirdran13. MrKeirdran13, thank you so much for the story. My final thoughts on this story. Okay. This is probably the author's first story, so I'm going to be, completely honest with this review as I'm going through this. Now, for one thing I could definitely say is that I actually found this funny pasta to be quite decent. Now, I did manage to, hold myself in with the laughing, but Even though I have not seen the anime, I would have to say this was actually really good. And that is very something I can definitely say. You know, the basically funny pasta means the character, Legoshi or something. He's like, going to be late for school or something. And then the furry ends up going to school in his underwear, which kind of reminds me of the episode from Arthur where, Arthur goes to school and he has, no pants on. He's basically in his underwear. So if you guys have not seen that episode of Arthur, then you probably don't know what 90s kids had good in that day. But anyways, this story was decent. But however, there are a few things that I would like to point out that could use a bit of improvement. Now, I understand this is a troll pasta and it's not supposed to make a whole lot of sense, so I am going to be honest with this review. For one thing is that the grammar is okay. The grammar's okay. But mainly what it could have been happen is, the grammar was not too much of a problem. The story actually was quite interesting. Even though it's a funny pasta and it's not meant to make a whole lot of sense. But, I can definitely say that, this pasta was actually pretty funny. Now, I could definitely say that there was a lot of time and effort into the story, which is really cool and really understanding. So it was one of these reasons why I liked it. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. However, there are a very few things with this story that I do have to say that was relatively interesting. Now, the grammar was decent, I can definitely say, but it can use a little bit of improvement. I believe, and the sentence structuring needs to be a little improved, and it starts out with "Good morning, ladies and gentlemen," and then it ends with "most of the time." You see, what's the problem right there is that there were run-on sentences within this story, and that's not a very good thing when you have run-on sentences, because it makes the story hard to read, at least to some people, and including me. I have my own fair share of, run-on sentences every now and then. But, I greatly improved as I went, which is pretty good. And, if you push yourself more into doing, getting your grammar better in that, you'll eventually do more and get better at it. I'm just trying to say this because, I'm just trying to, help the author out here. Now, the story itself, what I can definitely say was really good. Like, the grammar was good. Well, the grammar could use a little improvement. Like, it could use a little bit of improvement, which I can definitely say it could be, it can use a little improvement. That's definitely something I can definitely say, is that it just needs a little bit improvement. And that I can definitely say it just needs a little improvement within the story. So, but however, the story was alright. I can definitely say that the story, I understand you did try to come up with something a little different. But to me, the story itself, it could use improvement, mainly with the grammar and the sentence structuring. And it's in one giant paragraph. And that's another thing I could definitely say, is that one giant paragraph, it's just really crazy. Like, the giant paragraph, here's the thing. I don't mind troll pastas being short and all that, but having a big thing like this, like a big paragraph, and reading it, it's a little confusing to read. When you come to think of it, it is very confusing to read when it comes to that, because I'm looking at it and, the story was a little hard to read at points. So I kind of stuttered a little bit because of that. Now, I was actually flattered that this one was actually a Best Stars curry funny pasta. So I can't find a curry pasta of it. Maybe if there's one on Goshio Wiki, maybe if anyone know who the author is of that, maybe I'll take a look at it. But I can definitely say this story was actually okay. And, it could have been, relatively good. Which, of course, it still is good. But there needs to be a little bit of improvement with the grammar and the sentence structuring. Don't get me wrong, the author did a really amazing job. It's just, I just thought, maybe I can just give it a few pointers, so the author can do better in the future. I'm not angry or anything. I love the story. It's just the grammar and the sentence structure could be fixed up. Now, I would suggest to use it, Google Docs. Google Docs can easily fix this. Like, if you put your story through Google Docs after you type it, you can edit all the grammar, the spelling errors, and stuff like that, and even the punctuation marks, because there were parts of the story that could have had, a comma or a period or something like that. So, it was kind of the reason why that I thought maybe I would, just kind of explain, what was actually the problem, The sentence structuring could be fixed up, same with the paragraph structuring and the grammar, but the story itself was actually pretty decent. I can definitely guarantee you that. There are a few things that I didn't mention because, one, I didn't want to say it because of reasons. One of them being it was too inappropriate to mention, or second, I just didn't think that maybe it should have been there. But other than that, the story was actually very decent, and I can definitely say, I do encourage you to fix up your stories, like put it for Google Docs and correct the grammar errors and the fix up the sentence structuring and the paragraph structuring, like separate the paragraphs to make it a little easier to read. And, mainly figure out where the right punctuation marks need to go to. I'm only saying this so you can succeed on being a good writer someday. Okay. I think I kind of explained, long enough on what I want with the story, like what could have been better. But yeah, I'm going to be honest that this story was actually pretty funny. Now, like I'm going to say, and like I always continue to say, this is simply my own personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, that's okay too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these funny pastas. This is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story would have to be I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. I'm giving it a 6 because it's a cool Best Stars funny pasta. It's pretty funny, and it's really decent and a really good job. But what could be fixed up is maybe that the grammar could be fixed up along with the sentence structuring, the paragraph structuring, and the proper punctuation marks needs to be in correct places. So that's what I can suggest. So to the author, which I believe his name, let me take a look again. To you, MrKeirdran13, you did a pretty good job with the story, but I highly recommend you put this through Google Docs so you can fix up the grammar, the sentence structuring, and even the paragraph structuring, and even fix up some mistakes in the story. And then that way, you'll be pretty good with the story. And that way you will enjoy the story. And not just that, it'll be a lot easier for me to read and for other people to read. At least for the future. Sure, I suggest that you do that. Just for the future, for future references. Okay, anyways, what did you all think about this curry pasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leaving out what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. And if you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell as well so you will not miss a notification to when I upload. Like always, please roll the outro because I'm out of here and I will be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out.